Let me say something that might shock you. If weight loss was really about eating less and trying harder, most Americans would already be thin. But they're not. And that's not because people are lazy. It's because almost nobody is told how weight loss actually works. Let me tell you a quick story. This is Emma. Emma lives in Ohio. She works a normal 9-to-5 job. She's busy. She's tired. And she's tried to lose weight more times than she can count. Every Monday, she promises herself, "This time I'll be disciplined." She eats less, skips snacks, cuts carbs, pushes through hunger, and for a few days, the scale moves. Then something strange happens. She feels exhausted. Cravings get louder at night. She thinks about food all the time. And slowly, the weight comes back. Sometimes more than before. Emma thinks she failed. But here's the truth. Her body was doing exactly what it was designed to do. And this is where most weight loss advice gets it wrong. Stay with me because in a moment, I'll show you the one shift that finally helped Emma stop fighting her own body. But first, you need to understand this. Your body doesn't care about your goal weight. It cares about survival. When your body senses stress, not just emotional stress, but food stress, it switches into protection mode. Calories burn slower. Hunger hormones go up. Fat loss slows down. This is not weakness. This is biology. That's why eating less and less often backfires. Now here's the part nobody explains. Weight loss doesn't start with eating less. It starts with sending safety signals to your body. Emma learned this the hard way. After years of dieting, she tried something different. Instead of asking, "How can I eat less?" she asked, "How can I help my body feel safe?" That question changed everything. Here's what she did, and what you can do too. First, she stopped skipping meals. That sounds backwards, I know. But when you skip meals, your body doesn't think, "Oh, they're dieting." It thinks, "Food is scarce. We need to store fat." So Emma started eating regular meals. Not big meals, just consistent ones. That one change alone reduced her late-night cravings. Second, she added protein to every meal. Not shakes, not supplements. Real food. Eggs, chicken, Greek yogurt, beans. Protein sends a powerful signal to your body that says, "We're not starving." It also helps you feel full longer. Emma noticed something surprising. She stopped thinking about snacks all day. Third, she stopped fearing healthy fats. For years, Emma avoided fats. But fats help calm hunger hormones. They slow digestion. They help meals feel satisfying. She added small amounts of olive oil, nuts, and avocado. Nothing extreme. And suddenly meals felt complete. Now here's an important loop I opened earlier. Remember how Emma felt exhausted all the time? This is where sleep came in. Most people try to lose weight while sleeping poorly. That's like trying to save money with a hole in your wallet. Poor sleep raises stress hormones. Those hormones push your body to store fat. Emma didn't change her entire life. She just did 3 things. She stopped scrolling on her phone in bed. She went to sleep 30 minutes earlier. And she kept her room darker and cooler. Within 2 weeks, her hunger dropped. Not because she tried harder, but because her body relaxed. Now let's talk about movement. This part is critical. Emma stopped doing extreme workouts. No punishment cardio. No burn it off mentality. She walked. Every day. Nothing fancy. Walking tells your body, we're active, but not under attack. That's a safety signal. And safety is where fat loss happens. Here's another small shift that made a big difference. Emma stopped eating while distracted. No phone. No TV. She ate slower. That gave her brain time to notice fullness. Most people don't overeat because they're hungry. They overeat because their brain never gets the message. And it's based on how the human body responds to stress, food, and habits. Back to Emma. After a few weeks, something changed. The scale wasn't dropping fast, but her clothes fit better. Her energy was steady, and for the first time, she wasn't fighting herself. That's when weight loss finally became sustainable. Let me summarize the core steps simply. 1. Eat regular meals. 2. Add protein to every meal. 3. Don't fear healthy fats. 4. Sleep a little better. 5. Walk daily. 6. Slow down while eating. 7. Reduce stress where you can. Notice something? None of this is extreme. That's the point. Extreme plans create extreme stress. And stress blocks weight loss. Real weight loss feels calm, predictable, boring even, but it works. Here's the final thing Emma learned. Weight loss is not a battle. It's a conversation with your body. When you sense safety, your body lets go. When you sense stress, your body holds on. If you've been struggling, you're not broken. You were just taught the wrong approach. And once you understand how your body thinks, everything gets easier. If this made sense to you, and you want more real, simple health explanations like this, you know what to do. You're not alone in this. And it can get easier when you stop fighting your own biology